People ask, are we ever going to solve the drought problem in the UK? There are some intriguing solutions around. Earlier this week I was reading about the very serious drought that's going on in California at the moment, and they are exploring some absolutely extraordinary approaches to it. One of the things that was reported on their media last week was pouring hundreds of millions of small black plastic balls onto the surface of the water to try and stop it evaporating in the amounts that it is currently disappearing. That's bonkers. That's clearly crazy as an approach. We don't, in the UK, I'm sure we wouldn't want to see our lakes and our reservoirs covered in hundreds of thousands of, well, millions of black plastic balls, let alone the environmental implications of producing them, or in fact trying to get them back out again afterwards. So, you know, there are solutions. Are we ever going to solve the problem? We might have some good stabs at it, but that's not going to be the way to do it. The way to do it is going to be by looking very carefully at how we use our water, in houses, in industry and so on, and also looking very carefully at the still considerable leakages of water that we lose from our water supply network. It's not so long ago that in places like central London, 70% of all the water that was put into the top of the pipe network disappeared somewhere before reaching a tap. Now, if you imagine that in terms of a supermarket, let's say we took a major supermarket and they lost 70% of their stock before it passed over the till, people would be infuriated, and the company would go bust. We still have very high levels of leakage in the water pipe network in the UK, in some areas, London being one of them, but we say it's not economic in some way to sort it out. Now, to me, that's a very intriguing question. What is an economic solution to a drought problem? And that's one of the things I shall look at in the lecture.